One of the biggest problems we face in the world today is that it's changing so fast, it's hard to keep up with it. We often feel that there's no way that we're going to be able to get over this. We feel that there's no way that we're going to be able to learn all the new tools that keep coming out. It seems that there's always something new that we need to learn. You know what I'm talking about? And that can be overwhelming. That's why so many say, hey, there's no way I can do that. And yet, when we don't know something, and something that's important in our line of work or life, we miss out. We could miss out big time if we don't know critical, vital information that is vital to our success. So it creates a real problem, and it's only going to intensify. Hey, it's not like we're throwing away technology tomorrow. We need a solution to go beyond saying, no way. And in the midst of that, there's a concept that has helped millions of people. And this is a concept that is time-honored and it's science-based. I discovered this principle myself a while ago, and I want to share it with you today in the few minutes that we have together. This important principle can help you now and into the future, no matter what is coming. Now, I know that's a big statement, but I think you'll agree with me. When you hear this, there's a way that you can solve problems and create solutions even when they might seem insurmountable. I discovered this principle when I was relaxing on a winter evening at home. It was in late December during the holiday season, and the work that I do in speaking and consulting, coaching around the world, December is usually a little bit slower time. It's a wonderful time to stay home, rejuvenate, rest, and start planning for the next year. And another part of that is relaxing. Watching a good movie is a great way to relax and even make your life better with the right kind of movies. I was enjoying a good movie relaxing in my home theater. That movie's called The Matrix. You might have seen that really good movie. There was a scene, however, that profoundly changed my life. And as I've shared this story with others around the world, literally thousands of people have had their lives changed as well. And this was the scene where Trinity and Neo, the two heroes in the story, were fighting the bad guys who were dressed like soldiers. The bad guys were shooting at them from a helicopter as well. And in this scene, the bad guy in the helicopter came out of it to try to shoot Trinity and Neo. Trinity, played by Carrie Ann Moss, got rid of him and saved both of their lives. And that left the helicopter. It was still running, but it was empty. And so Neo, played by Keanu Reeves, looked over at her and asked, "Can you fly that thing?" And she looked back at him and said those immortal words, "Not yet." Well, she jumped on her cell phone and called back to their headquarters to a guy named Tank. "Tank, I need a pilot program for a B-212 helicopter. Hurry!" Well, since this was a science fiction movie, Tank jumped on his computer back at headquarters, located a helicopter pilot program, and through her cell phone, he downloaded it to her brain. Pretty neat trick, I'm thinking. I wish we had that, but it is a science fiction movie. Well, as the helicopter pilot program was downloaded into her brain, she's blinking her eyes real fast. I guess that's what happens when you get software downloaded directly into your brain. And after a moment, she stopped. She looked over at him and said, "Let's go." Well, from that moment on, things changed in the movie. It was a good thing they had that helicopter because there were a few times they needed it. And then I had a profound thought because I paused the movie, just stopped it right there, and I thought about those words that she said that really made a lot of difference. Those two words, "not yet." Those are the words that can help you get moving. They trigger a realization that if you're not able to do a task right now, you still might be able to do it in the future. There's that seed of opportunity for the future. When you hear the words "not yet," particularly the word "yet," you can imagine yourself doing that task sometime in the future. You think, yeah, I could do that. Now, this is different than going to either of two extremes that people will often take. On one extreme, they say, "Oh, I'm just no good. I can't do it. I can't do it at all." And they get on a downward spiral. And psychologists tell us that if you continue to do that, you're thinking negatively, you have destructive thoughts, and you really impede your chances of success. However, there's also another side that is almost as bad, and that's where you feel that you can do it and you really can't. You haven't had the training. What you need is a certain skill set. And this is not just jumping up in the air, pumping your fist in the air, jumping up and down and saying, hey, I can do it. Yes, I can. But rather, what you're saying is that this is something that I can do with the right amount of training, learning, and practice. And I know that I will be able to do this eventually. There's that hope. I like the way that Ben Franklin said it when he talked about the concept of investing in yourself with the time, the money, and the energy. He said, empty the coins in your purse into your mind, and your mind will fill your purse with coins. I think that's profound. And I think that's a way for you and me to look at it. You say, I can't do that thing right now, but I'm going to pay the time, money, and energy in order to get it done. I'm going to enroll in a course in a trade school or maybe a community college. I'm going to take those courses. I'm going to watch the right videos on YouTube or elsewhere. You might say, hey, I'm going to hire a mentor. You might want to hire a coach or become an apprentice. That's been done for centuries. I'm going to buy the books and I will do whatever it takes to learn that topic. Remembering those two words, not yet, can empower you to get it done. And I found this is a real strong psychological principle that works. We're hearing that from many really smart people. For instance, Carol Dweck. She's a professor at Stanford University and has written a best-selling book, million-copy bestseller, called Mindset, Changing the Way You Think to Fulfill Your Potential. And what she calls a growth mindset is the idea that you're going to be able to learn from your mistakes. You're going to figure out what you did wrong and be better because of it. I like that. She says there are two main mindsets. We can navigate life with a growth mindset or a fixed mindset. Having the growth mindset is essential for success. The growth mindset is unlike the fixed mindset, which says, oh, gee, I'm no good. I can't do it right. Sometimes it makes people say they aren't good at anything. The fixed mindset often blames others for what has happened and even tries for revenge. People with a fixed mindset will think, well, I'm going to have to get these people. It's their fault that I don't have what I want. That's a fixed mindset. When someone with a growth mindset has a setback or failure, that person says, okay, I made a mistake, but what can I learn from it? How can I improve? And how can I make it better next time? That is the growth mindset. And Dr. Dweck, who's a psychologist, has been talking about this for years. And there's a lot of sound scientific evidence to back it up and back up its effectiveness. I would encourage you to read her book. It's not only educational, but incredibly inspirational. It's right in line with the concept of moving from no way to not yet. Thinking not yet is really about the growth mindset that Dr. Dweck has been helping many use to improve their lives, me included. Another person wrote about a similar concept, Angela Duckworth. She's a professor at the University of Pennsylvania, and she's also a psychologist. She finds that there are a lot of people who found that they could get something done, and they didn't have to be the smartest. They just had to be someone that would stick with it and not give up. And not yet is the attitude that's very similar to what Dr. Duckworth calls grit. She says it's passion and perseverance for long-term goals, and that's the title of her best-selling book. What we need to do right now is to embrace that. We need to embrace the thinking that we're going to take those concepts and put them in our mind by practicing what I call thinking not yet. You can look at a problem or a difficult task or a project and ask, can I do it right now? And then you can honestly answer, well, not yet. Those two little words have the power to change your future. It is your time now to move from saying and thinking, no way, to thinking, saying, and acting in the not yet habit. Yes, it's a growth mindset. Some might ask if you can do a particular task or have a certain skill set, and you can answer, Not yet, but I'm going to pay the price in terms of time, money, and energy. And in doing that, then you will be able to succeed as you move from no way to not yet.